Hey, Dr. T here for another exciting day of information I'm going to pass on to you. So basically I'm here to broaden your horizons, enlighten your world, and have you look at your body just a little bit different than you did before. Why? Because the body is so amazing. Now today I'm here to talk about vitamins. And all vitamins are important, but this particular one we're talking about today will be vitamin D. Vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is what I call the forgotten vitamin. And the reason why I call it the forgotten vitamin, because not too many people pay attention to that particular vitamin unless it's brought to their attention, which I'm doing today. Some people call it the sunshine vitamin, and we'll get into why they call it the sunshine vitamin. But vitamin D is extremely important vitamin that has a powerful effect on several parts of the system throughout the body. Vitamin D can be found in food. Vitamin D can be found in orange juice, milk, cereal, fatty fish, egg yolk, and other items. Vitamin D comes from the sun or supplements, which I'm going to call pills throughout the rest of this briefing that I'm giving you today. Your skin basically absorbs the ultraviolet lights from the sun. And from that, the cholesterol in your skin sends that information down to your kidneys and your liver, and it basically makes vitamin D. The way they test for vitamin D is through your blood. So when you go get routine blood work from your doctors, you can make sure, say, look, can you check for vitamin D also? Some doctors will do it anyway and see how are you deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D acts like a hormone, and every cell in your body is like a receptacle for that vitamin D. So basically it's looking for that vitamin D. Vitamin D helps promote and makes calcium. And calcium, which everybody knows, when we used to drink milk, drink your milk, make your bones strong. That's that calcium that's in the milk, as well as other products, to make your bones strong so they won't be brittle. Now, a lot of doctors state that you need probably about 1,200 to 4,000 IUs of calcium in your body. Vitamin D in your body. And that's international units. IU mean international units, which is just another form of a measurement. You can get all kind of vitamin D that you need by sitting in the sun for 5 to 15 minutes on your face and hands. So you don't have to sit in the sun all day long to receive enough sunlight to have your body produce vitamin D that you need. 5 to 15 minutes is all you need. And I'm just laying back in the sun, relaxing, knowing that I need my vitamin D on a daily basis. Because that measurement that you need is on a daily basis. So 5 to 10 to 15 minutes on a daily basis to get the amount of vitamin D that you need to produce calcium for your body to make calcium. So I think that's 15 minutes. Now, during the winter months, it's almost impossible to get enough vitamin D from the sun that you need. So you have to take pills to make up the difference. And this is per day while your body is producing this vitamin D, because the sun just doesn't shine during the winter months. Vitamin D has a twin brother. And I know as I toss these different things, it's just hard to remember, but you can always rewind and play it and do whatever you have to do to remember this. But vitamin D has a twin brother. His twin brother is vitamin K2. Now, K2 is important with vitamin D. It has to work hand in hand. You got one hand, there's the other hand. You have to have these two working together. So if your doctor refer you to getting more vitamin D in your system and even write you a prescription, he can write you a prescription that has both of these vitamins in the same one and take one pill. But the reason why vitamin K2 is so important, the K2 is actually what takes the calcium and put it into your bones. Now what happens is that you are getting enough sun, you're taking your supplements, and your body's producing this vitamin D. Just enough is what you need. So it's floating around in your blood. Just floating and floating and floating. But it's trying to figure out, what are you going to do with me? Because as it goes through your body, it can puts itself into your soft tissues. And part of the soft tissues is back into your kidneys and your liver, which you don't want it to be. You want it to be produced there, sent through the blood system, and then put back into your bones. What the K2 does, it actually takes the calcium out of the blood and stick it right into your bones where it's supposed to be. So your bones will be nice and strong. So if you don't have this K2 balance and vitamin D and vitamin K2 balance, then it's kind of hard to get that calcium back in there. Because if you also start storing more calcium into your liver and your kidneys, you're going to have another problem. And some of the problems right behind me, you can run it when you have an overdose of vitamin D and it's not being put into your bones where it's supposed to be at. You can have kidney failure, diarrhea, stomach pain, vomiting, nausea, slur of speech, and a number of other symptoms, which we'll touch on a few before we finish today. But you need that combination of them two working together. Very important. So when you go to your doctor and you talk to him, ask him, well, what about vitamin K2? And as association, you can say kidneys 2 as association, kicking 2, and 2 kicking, anything association, so you can remember that 2 and the K. So the K2 vitamin, just to remember that. And it's very important. If not, like I said, it's going to be stored in your liver and your kidneys where you don't want it. You want it to be produced from them, but not stored there. So that's very important. Like I mentioned, the skin is very important. So a lot of people is afraid of skin cancer as you sit in the sun for a long time. Now, I refer to that you only need 5 to 15 minutes of sitting in the sun. So after that, you can be underneath the umbrella or make sure you got your suntan lotion on even better and sit there and enjoy the sun. But as you sit in the sun, just enjoy yourself and protect your skin from cancer, which a lot of people have a lot of question about for sitting in the sun for a long time. Some of the other signs and symptoms of dealing with vitamin D is when you're deficient. A lot of people don't know you're deficient in vitamin D for the mere fact the signs are so subtle. You can barely see the signs. It might be just a small cough or something where a sore doesn't heal. And you say, well, that's nothing. That's come with age. But some of that could be related to not having enough vitamin D. So if you get sick often and you wonder why your immune system is low and you seem to be storing more bacteria and viruses in your body, you're catching colds and flus, it could be you're vitamin D deficient. So it fights against that as well. Your tiredness and your fatigue. You're tired all the time and you're saying, well, I'm just tired because I ain't getting enough sleep. It could be you're vitamin D deficient. Your bones ache and they creak and they have pains. They don't have the strength they would have if you was a 15-year-old. And it could be because you're vitamin D deficient. So that vitamin D helps with that also. For as when it's just absorbed, that vitamin, the calcium is absorbed into your bones and give you some strength in your bones and less creaking and paining. Also, it can have your skin and your wounds not to heal like they're supposed to. They heal real slow. And since they heal real slow, you think, oh, they just come with AIDS or it's just no big thing. But you could be vitamin D deficient. You got a scratch and it's 6 weeks later and you happen to pick the scab and it's bleeding like the accident just happened or the wound just happened. And you could be vitamin D deficient. And sometimes your muscles ache. And when your muscles ache, a lot of times we can contribute that to, I haven't exercised, I haven't did anything, but my muscles are aching. So that could be another symptom of vitamin D deficient. So when you talk to your doctor, you can have some tests for that. Now, you also have to be careful of vitamin D because you can overdo vitamin D. You can be taking a calcium pill that has maybe 1,200 UIs. You could be taking multivitamin as well. And your doctor can prescribe as well as prescribe a vitamin D pill also, and I'm looking at the ones I have sitting here. And it's a number of units, so you got to make sure you're not taking too much of vitamin D because your body will produce it if you get enough sun. If your body's not producing, make sure the supplements you take is not a whole bunch of too much for your body to handle, where now it's going to be storing it even more so, and then you have these side effects from the vitamin D. A friend of mine, she has said that because of her dark complexion, the African Americans, that we don't have to worry about this. And I said, no. She said the pigment in her skin and it produced vitamin D. No, we're no different than anybody else. We just have a darker complexion. And because of that reason, we still need to get our vitamin D from either sun or from pills. So when she was talking to me about it, I said, no, you're wrong. You still need to check it with your doctor through your blood and make sure that you're not deficient in vitamin D. If so, we need to do something about it to get that up so we don't have those side effects. But it also helps with diabetes. It also helps with infections, cancer, and it prevents heart disease. So vitamin D is very important, very, very important. So as always, I say to you, if you don't believe me, give your doctor a call, check it out for yourself. Use the World Wide Web, internet, and whatever you have to do. But once you find out that you need to increase the amount of vitamin D in your system so you can have more calcium in your body and have some of these side effects go away, make a difference, make a change, make it happen. So as always, I would like for you to like this presentation that I gave you today on vitamin D, subscribe, share, make comments. If you know somebody that might need this information, pass it on to them. And as like always, I'll see you on the other side.